Hey, what's happening? This is Leroy Downs, the Jazz Cat, here at the Central Avenue Jazz Festival. You know, wherever there's jazz, wherever there's music, you're going to find All Music Television.
Well, you even got something, make your day ready swing. Hey, baby. But you got to let me hold your hand. Ernie Andrews, come on. Ernie Andrews, Mr. Central Avenue. Tatin Kennedy, Richard Simon, Fritz Wise, Ricky Woodard, Nolan, and Mr. George Behan.
Well, I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite places to be, Central Avenue, Central Avenue. This was the heart of the music, 30s and the 40s. Black music was all over here, and anybody who wanted to hear the real music had to come here to hear it. And it's so wonderful to see the people still come out to hear good music. People love good music. People love jazz. Ernie Andrews, he is an icon, and certainly I enjoy playing with him. But just to be, the environment is so wholesome, and we need these kinds of things because there's so many of the younger people who never get exposed to this music. So I feel blessed to be able to be a part of it. That's the greatest reward you can get, is to see some of your students and that have made it and are really carrying the torch, and not just playing. These guys are giving back. They have young people they're pulling along, and that's what we always insisted. Find another player and pass it on, because it's not just for me or for you, it's for us. And Isaac is a wonderful player. He's taken the trombone to another level, and that's what I expect. And Ryan had been a student of mine. I've got pictures of him when he was 14 years old at my house, you know. But he's developed into a great player. He and Kamasi Washington, all the guys are now on the road, which was wonderful because all of them came through my class at UCLA. Kamasi and Cameron, Ryan went to New York, but it's just wonderful to see these young gentlemen who are playing the music. They're purists. They're playing the trombone, and they're involved in the complete music industry. They're producing, they're directing, and they're very confident in what they do. So it makes me very proud, really.
I mean, all these great bands in 2 days, how wonderful is that? Do you like the price? Yeah, we doubled it from last year.
I'm out here with one of the co-founders of the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, a music lover, a music supporter, and someone that's done so much for the music right here on Central Avenue. His name is Mr. Michael Dolphin. What's up, Michael?
Not a much. I'm at home. Today I'm at home. This festival is not just about the music, it's about community, what Central Avenue was. So when I'm here, I'm at home. I'm with thousands of those who remember and appreciate what Central Avenue was.
Well, tell me about some of the things that you've done. I know your dad did a lot for the community, and tell me a little bit about the history here on Central Avenue.
Central Avenue, even when we talk about my dad, I like to include him in what Central Avenue was. My dad came here in 1948. The music scene was already here. The Club Alabama was already here. The Dunbar Hotel had been built, and the Last Word and the other music was here. My dad specifically came out here to buy into that and to open a record business and ultimately a recording studio to capture some of this music, promote this music. My dad didn't believe in genres. He believed in music. Rhythm and blues, jazz, didn't matter. It was all music.
All music indeed.
It's all music. And with that, with opening the record store and creating a destination for the young people of Los Angeles, they couldn't go into the Club Alabama. They couldn't go into the Last Word. But they had Dolphins of Hollywood record shop where they could congregate, where they could listen to music and mingle with the stars, with the Billie Holidays and the Louis Armstrongs and the Lionel Hamptons and Johnny Otis and James Brown and even Elvis Presley at one time here on Central Avenue. And to share that with the community, that was all he was focused on, was sharing this music with the community. Of course, there was a financial benefit, of course. He's a businessman. But his dream was to bring something to this community that locked it in, and particularly to include young people.
And you've continued to do that over the years here at Central Avenue. You booked many of our, shall I say, heroes of Los Angeles and heroes of the music. Gerald Wilson, Buddy Collette, Kamasi Washington played in that band. I mean, you name it, man. Ernie Andrews, who played here today once again at the Central Avenue Jazz Festival. You always make sure to represent our beautiful Los Angeles musicians.
Thank you. That is absolutely true. I've always wanted this festival to remain legitimate. Legitimate to not just what was then, but what grew out of that. Some connection with old Central Avenue and the New Lions, with the Kamasi Washingtons, who learned from those legends and is now applying it to new modern standards, new tools.
And taking it all over the world.
We're also proud of Kamasi.
And that epicenter was right here.
The epicenter was right here. So it's always important we remain true to the legacy, but the legacy isn't merely repeating what was. The legacy is moving it forward.
Moving it forward is what we want to do here on All Music Television. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Dolphin.
Thank you so much. And I'm so appreciative of friends like you who are dedicated to the same thing. Thank you. I love you for what you do too.
What's up, Leroy Downs, once again on Central Avenue. I'm sure you've heard of some great musicians such as Gerald Wilson, Red Callender, all these great musicians, Buddy Collette, and Mr. Carl Randall. Let me tell you, these are the ladies. Talk about your husbands and your dad. Tell me a little bit about your dad.
Well, you know, he was very instrumental in being here on Central Avenue. He was Mingus's first teacher, since everyone knows Mingus. And I just want to say, this is a great tribute, and we need to keep the jazz going. And also, my dad, Michael Dolphin, told me my dad was part of the arrangers at the Recorded at Dolphins in Hollywood and on the Recorded in Hollywood label. And that's all.
That's how we do it, huh? Well, Mr. Gerald Wilson was such an inspiration here and has played at Central Avenue almost every year that he was here. So tell me a little bit about Dad.
Well, I remember my dad first played with Jimmy Lunsford on Central Avenue, and he would talk about the clubs like Club Alabama and the Downbeat, I believe. and he stayed at the Dunbar Hotel when he first came to town. So he's just, was happy to play on this street. And till he was 96 years old, my dad played here every year for the festival. And God bless you guys for putting it on. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. GW. Now, one of another greats in this town was Mr. Buddy Collette, who played with all of those guys, Mingus and everyone back in the day, and taught them and brought them up. Cheryl, tell us a little bit about Brother Collette.
Okay, my dad was Buddy Collette, and he went to Jordan High School. He was raised in Watts and performed up and down these streets, and he was very instrumental in amalgamating the unions. There was a black and white union, and he wanted to make sure everybody got the equal rights. We could travel as far out from Central Avenue and play music all around and express ourselves. So that's what we're doing today. So my three sisters here, not from the same, we're mothers from different mothers and different fathers, but we represent our fathers and our music heritage, and we're happy to be here today.
Well, that was certainly one generation. And a generation younger, a brother by the name of Carl Randall got a chance to play with all of these guys. So Helen, tell us a little bit about Carl.
My husband, Carl Randall, born in Hollywood, and has brought me to this festival for the last 20 years because he's played with Gerald Wilson for about 45 years, and Freddie Hubbard, and he played with Buddy Collette, and he always knew the Callender family, and we are all sisters in jazz together here every year. Thank you for having us.
Yes, the Sisters of Jazz, indeed, right here on Central Avenue, and you heard it on All Music Television.
Thank you.